Hey guys, so I started recording my YouTube videos a year or two ago, and I have 100 hours of footage filmed, and little things that stop me from making a video on it, whether it's not having the right music, not having the right laptop, not having the right video editing skills. It's to the point where I can't even record a new video because I've already got months of editing to do. So it might not be what I was hoping for, but if I don't do it now, I'm probably just never going to do it. So this first video is just a little drive through the snowy mountains in Idaho. It was last winter, maybe the winter before, but it's just a walkthrough of our Idaho cabin, where a lot of our projects, a lot of the stuff we're doing is going to be based around. So take it for what it is. I'm going to get one out and I'll see how number 2 goes. Thanks a lot. Hey guys, welcome to the cabin. So this is a cabin that was in the family for about 40 years and just became mine. There were lots of projects we're going to work on, and we'll bring you along with them. One of them was going to be this old wood stove. It was just sitting out here going into the earth. But when we went to pick it up, half of it disintegrated into the ground. So this cabin was built by a guy using spare parts from lumber mills and from town around here. There's scrap lumber laying all over the place. There's trees here we just had to drop about a month ago so we could get our satellite dish installed and get that connected. So come spring, those trees are going to get turned into firewood. Some of it will be milled into lumber. Some of the logs will be turned into posts and beams for upgrades and modifications here. Got a lot of stuff. It's a rustic old cabin. There's a lot of parts of it I would never change, but she's about due for some upgrades and due for some tender loving care. This roof here, this came off the old Potlatch mill. That roofing, they were just giving it away to anybody who would take it. It's about 100 years old. It's still holding pretty strong. So let's take a look around. So they had a water catchment system where they would catch rainwater to use. And that'll be one of the projects that we bring you along with to upgrade and improve the water catchment system. There's no running water, no toilets, no electricity, no nothing around here. So this black piece was the original cabin. It was just and it's been added to and modified over the years. That little white door up there is what the guy used to crawl into to get to his bed at night. This is the back door of the living room. We'll go in there in a bit. And over here is a dilapidated 40-year-old outhouse. This little fella's going to get upgraded too. I'm excited to show you what that's going to look like. But I can tell you one thing. It's awful cold inside there when it's 20 degrees out. We keep the toilet seat in the house by the fire. Let's go around front. There's a fire pit there. Maybe in the spring we'll get to roast some marshmallows. Here's the kitchen. So this here, rumor has it, this whole thing is resting on fire bricks. So this needs to get replaced. There's some kind of sketchy spots in there, and a couple things just need to get replaced. Here we have a sink. It's not really plumbed into anything. It's just kind of there to put water. An old gas range. This is how they run cooking. That'll be a fun upgrade. Back door. Kind of looks like they just cut the wall, put a hinge on it. Currently, here's the fridge. Just keep the cooler in there. All your goodies. This is where the old shower was. There's not much of an old shower left here. Just some pipes and a lot of sky. And it had a gravity-fed water system. It's 55-gallon drums up there. And this is our utility company. Runs off the generator. Just out here off the back porch, buried in the ground, is the beginning of a cistern. So here, we have a 7-foot deep concrete tube. So we're going to plumb that cistern into our new water system when it goes in, and we'll build a water filtration house right there. Here's the commons area. As you can see here, we're going to have some water damage and rot to replace, so we'll be taking out all that window, all that framing, all of it coming out. Some of the walls, that's all they have. No sheetrock, no nothing, just lots of fuzz for the mice to play with. Here's the electrical system. And it's a battery with a clamp. And some wires. I already upgraded this. There wasn't a box or a thing here. It was just a naked switch. So there's a couple wires running along some old tree posts. It powers a lamp in the living room. This is an addition since we got here. So this here is where we keep the food, safe from the mice. And some of this isn't permanent, but it's what we have. Look at this beautiful table. Look how thick that wood is. It's about 2.5 inches thick. Here's an inside shot of that door that guy used to get into his bedroom. Again, just more cardboard walls inside. Some of them have insulation, some of them don't. But a lot of it has this natural log construction. And as you can see, natural logs are what hold up a lot of it. And we'll keep it that way, where we can. But some of this stuff's gonna just need to be replaced. Under here on the floor, we got a place where the old wood stove was. It burned a hole through the floor. There'll be some new floor, some new insulation. Here in the living room, we've also done a couple of upgrades to make it a little more livable. Put some cozy, comfy couches in. Hey, sweetie. This one's a hide bed. Thank you, Sam and Fiona. So that's what we sleep in now. And all the books you could want. Thanks, Dad. So some of this is going to be turned into closets. But right now it's just some rough framing. And my dad called it a man cave, so we're going to call it a home. Away from home. This old wood stove used to have a water jacket. This used to be where they got their hot water from. And plumbed into right here. But old Dad let somebody stay here and they burned coal in it. And that burned out part of the bottom. So no water jacket, but it's a phenomenal wood stove. Puts out a ton of heat. You can cook with it. And that's where that toilet seat sits until it's time to go outside. That's a lot better too. So we'll be replacing the wood stove with a slightly different one. And all around here is all kinds of screens that make it awful cold in here when it's 92 degrees. So we'll come up with a solution for that. Skylights allow natural light into here during the day, so we don't actually have to run these lights. I just have them on for filming just to make it a little bit easier. There's places up here where there probably used to be insulation, but the mice took it out. So that's all things we're going to need to address. And here, this is where you'd... Whoa, look at that, we got ourselves some urchins. Come on in, Nemo. And here's the outhouse from the back. Come on, Nemo. You never want to be just left out in the cold. Well, unless you're out in the cold, then he'll come with you. So this interesting piece here, that's the first step of a set of rustic steps that go up to a loft bedroom. Not real friendly if you don't have great knees. But up here, again, here's your end table, also known as a stump. I cover all the bedding and couches when we're not here with tarps. That discourages the mice from sleeping in it. And there's a chance that the curtains are due for an upgrade. Boy, what a view. Out that big picture window. So again, you can see why it gets cold. Most of the insulation is just tucked up in there and never really secured, so it just kind of falls down. So we'll bring you along for these upgrades. So this was built with what's called stacked lumber. Back in the 80s, you could get a truckload of 2x4 cutoffs for 10 bucks. And so this whole wall is stacked 2x4s by the truckload. And that's not actually a light. That's just well, it's a light. It's just not an actual fixture. These are real convenient for when you need light in the place and you don't have wiring. Alright, so just to the left at the top of the stairs, there's another loft. I'm not sure what's originally intended for, but I know that the little bamboo railings scare the heck out of the kids. We got 2 mattresses up here for the kids to stay in when they come. Well, we're gonna have to upgrade that with some different railing. And plenty of opportunity to put storage and closets up here. Shot of the shower from the outside. Just tall, rough cut pieces of cedar. So, there's a little trail behind the cabin. And we put some solar lights in there that don't actually get a lot of sun. But trying to figure out how to get some light in there. And down the trail a ways, it's cabin number 2. And this one is mostly just a sleeping quarters. But this was built by my brother Sam somewhere in the mid-90s. It needs a little bit of TLC, but for the most part, it's not in bad shape. Come all the way back here. Okay. There's a beautiful owl. Stained glass owl on the top of that door. What are you doing, Nemo? What are you doing, Bubbers? Oh, well, that's important. What are you doing? Do you want to go bye-bye? Nemo? Nemo, do you want to go bye-bye? Do you want to go bye-bye? Okay, let's go in. Oh my goodness. Yes, we're going to go inside. Oh, one of the problems is that the door doesn't latch. I didn't bring my flashlight, so we won't do any footage there. So we'll get to the second cabin at another time. For now, works pretty good. Roof only has a few leaks. We'll catch that guy in the spring. What are you getting, Nemo? You better get it. You better get it, buddy. Yes, sir. Well, where'd that little fox go? Well, there you are. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Monkey? What? You shake? Nemo, shake. Oh, good shake. Let's go. There's an outside view of the kitchen. So, as you can see, everything needs a little TLC. But there'll be 2 different kitchen remodels. And one of those remodels, we're going to be expanding that kitchen out to here to be even with the loft. That'll be a fun one. At least give us enough room to also make that shower there accessible from inside instead of having to go out on the back porch to get to it. You ready to go inside, buddy? You ready to go inside? Good. There's the missus checking out the kitchen. So,
it's messy.
Well, we've been working on other stuff, but this is the kitchen, so I can get some light in here. It's one of the problems is the wiring on this light doesn't work. So we'll get to that. This whole thing needs to get pushed out. The sink doesn't really work. It's just a kind of a thing sitting there. And there's the wood stove. I could do that. This is our water solution right now. With that, and then we'll stop by the store and pick up some of them 2-gallon jobbers. Anyway, we'll be building a whole new back door. There's a lot of wind and a lot of daylight through that door, which again makes it awful cold when it's 20 degrees outside. There are some electrical outlets powered by the generator, so these are wired to an outlet on the porch. And there's another one behind that couch over there.